Some changes, not as nice as yesterday, but it's not going to be a washout, but watch out for a few showers in some spots, especially midday, lasting throughout this afternoon. Right now, temperatures are mainly in the 50s and the 60s. It's 63 in Central Park. Here's a look at temperatures across the rest of the area. 55 in Poughkeepsie, Bridgeport, 57 and 62 in Farmingdale. Looking at radar, it's showing rain coming down around Warren and Hunterdon County, also pushing into southern sections of Somerset County. Not seeing reports that it's making it to the ground just yet, but if it is, it's very light moisture around Middlesex, Western Ocean and Monmouth County as well. So we'll keep a chance for a few showers, especially midday, lasting throughout this afternoon with high temperatures in the upper 60s and the lower 70s. I'll give you a closer look at the timing hour by hour coming up. Heather?
Yeah, Brittany, we have residual delays on the Cross Bronx Expressway, but they did clear away that construction for the most part going across the George Washington Bridge, but you still have a backup. But I want you to look right over here. That is the Major Deegan Expressway northbound ramp to the Cross Bronx Expressway. That's where we have this disabled tractor trailer blocking the left lane. Now, New Jersey Transit, we have that possible strike happening May 16th. Extra park and ride service will be available, but it will be very limited bus service for a limited number of rail customers. You can go to Secaucus Junction, PNC Art Center, Woodbridge Center Mall, or Hamilton Rail Station. Street cleaning rules are in effect. Pedro, over to you.
All right, Brittany, Heather, thank you.
More than 7 minutes away from weather and traffic. Together, get ready for some changes today. Even right now, it's dry in the city, but there are a few sprinkles and light rain pushing into western and central Jersey, with temperatures in the 50s and the 60s, 63 in Central Park, down to 54 degrees in Sussex. So the kids will need the rain gear, even if it's dry in your neighborhood right now. There is a chance for a few showers, especially in the city and spots south and west, with temperatures in the 60s and the 70s. So a high of 66 in Bridgeport, 70 in the city, 69 in White Plains. Things will be drier farther north and east of the city, so you could miss out on the rainfall, especially across the east end. A high of 65 in Montauk, 67 in Quogue, and 71 degrees in Smithtown. Moderate air quality on tap, medium pollen levels, and UV index of 4 tomorrow. Pretty wet, and that cools us down to 64. We get back up to 71 on Thursday. Heather?
All right, Brittany, let's talk about this. New Jersey Transit, train or bus service to MetLife Stadium. There will be no New Jersey Transit trains and bus service available May 15th and 16th. I know that I do have a typo here, but your alternate could be coach buses between Port Authority and MetLife Stadium, but you have to do an advanced ticket purchase. That's what my suggestion is. Plus, it is required. And your other option would be to carpool, but plan to arrive early. And then another suggestion is have somebody drop you off and pick you up, but make sure they stay, because if they leave, getting back into the stadium is going to be a nightmare. And maybe go to the American Dream Mall for your drop off or pickup. Street cleaning rules are in effect. Pedro, Charlene, over to you.
All right, the sunshine, right? Perspective. But currently in the city, things are dry, but that's not the case across western and central Jersey. You are waking up to a few raindrops. I'll show you that radar image in just a second. But across the city, skies are partly cloudy. Temperatures in the 60s. It's 63 in Central Park. Light winds near 2 miles per hour. Looking at the 50s and the 60s all across the map, it's 55 in Poughkeepsie, Somerville, 57 and 59 degrees in Islip. This is what's going on radar. Things are dry in the city north and east, but now looking at rain pushing into portions of New Jersey. So showers getting closer to the I-78 and 80 corridor, especially near Hope and Mount Olive. Now there's some very dry air across the northern half and eastern half of the tri-state. So some of this in central and north Jersey could be struggling to hit the ground, but I am seeing reports that this rain is making it to the ground across Ocean County and potentially near Freehold and Monroe that continues to track to the northeast. This is the bigger picture. There's high pressure offshore, and there's a sharp cutoff in the moisture because of dry air and a lot of rainfall stretching from the Great Lakes as far south as North and South Carolina. That's all ahead of this area of low pressure. That low will be our main weather maker over the next few days, and that's why we will see round after round of rain. So let's time out our rainfall today. As we head into the late morning hours towards midday, some of this will get closer to the city, but once again, it runs into dry air, so it could end up being a quiet day for spots north and east like the Hudson Valley and and Suffolk County. But for the rest of the tri-state, we'll have to watch out for a few showers. Once again, it's not going to be a washout. That will change late tonight. That's when rain could turn widespread and steady, even pockets of heavy rain possible tomorrow. So Wednesday will likely be the wettest day of the work week, with periods of rainfall and the chance for a few downpours that could lead to ponding. Scattered rain continues Wednesday evening, and then we'll see a break or a lull in the activity early Thursday with just a shower or two. So not as wet Thursday, but still watching out for a pop-up shower. As we head into Friday, that low moves offshore, but we'll still have enough moisture in between systems for a shower or thunderstorm. Once again, not a washout Friday, more the same Saturday, and now it could stay wet lasting through Sunday. Rainfall totals today through late Wednesday into Thursday on average could range between a half an inch to an inch, with the highest totals across New Jersey, and the light rainfall especially in the mid-Hudson Valley and the Catskills. Today, 70, mostly cloudy with a few showers forming. It could be wet in the city, but the bulk of the rain will form south and west. Tonight, 58, cloudy with widespread rain late, and tomorrow a wet, cooler and breezy day. Temperatures dipping down to 64, periods of rain, and some of that could be heavy at times. For the rest of the 7-day forecast, not as wet Thursday, but still a chance for a shower or two, 71. We get back up to 75 on Friday with the shower, and now a chance for a storm, 77 Saturday and Sunday with a spot afternoon storm, and we should dry out Monday with a mixture of sunshine and clouds. Heather?
All right, so let's talk about what's going on here with New Jersey Transit to MetLife Stadium. Train or bus service to MetLife. New Jersey Transit trains and bus service will not be available May 15th and 16th. So your alternate, you can use coach buses, but there will be very limited service between Port Authority and MetLife Stadium, and advance purchase is required for the 351 Express. You can carpool, but plan to arrive early and plan to stay there for a while, the person that's picking you up or dropping you off. And rideshare service or any drop-off plans, again, arrive early, encourage your ride to stick around. Street cleaning rules are in effect. Shirley and Pedro, over to you.
All right, thank you. It is
starting to push into a cloudy and wet pattern. We're seeing that this morning. So it's dry in the city, even some sun coming out, mixing in with cloud cover. But there is light rain and sprinkles pushing in across New Jersey, with temperatures in the 50s and the 60s at the bus stop. So the kids will need the rain gear, highs in the upper 60s and the lower 70s. But portions of the Hudson Valley and the Catskills could make a run for the mid to even upper 70s, because you'll likely miss out on the rainfall. There's some very dry air the farther north and east you go. So areas like Beekman and Saugerties, you could stay dry, a high of 75 in Beekman, the same in Dover, and 75 degrees in Libertyville. Moderate air quality, medium pollen levels, and UV index of 4. Tomorrow could be the wettest day of the week, with periods of rain and drizzle. That pushes us down to temperatures in the 60s. We get back up to 71 with a shower or two on Thursday. Heather?
All right, Brittany, let's talk about what's going on the Deegan. We have two problems actually in the Bronx. On the Deegan northbound ramp to the Cross Bronx Expressway, disabled tractor trailer, and then eastbound on the Alexander Hamilton Bridge, we have a stalled tractor trailer. So take a look at this. This is that stall, and that is the other stall coming off of the Deegan. So double trouble in the Bronx. Then you have the Bruckner going southwest, East Tremont Avenue, right over here. That's a stalled tractor trailer, plus a fuel spill is involved in that. And then going on to the LIE West exit 62, that's police activity. You can see that left shoulder is blocked off. Alternate side of the street parking rules are in effect. Shirley and Pedro, over to you.
All right, thank you.
Morning, later today, not so much. So it's not going to be a washout today, but there is a chance for a few showers across the area. We are starting out with a really nice sunrise despite the cloud cover. You can see the sun mixing in. Temperatures in Central Park near 63, light winds near 2 miles per hour. Temperatures are mainly in the 50s and the 60s all across the area. 56 in White Plains, East Hampton, good morning, 51, and up to 62 degrees in Belmar. This is what's going on radar. I'm still watching this batch of light rain and sprinkles moving north, mainly across New Jersey, but now a shower popping up on top of Staten Island, and rain reported near Stillwater all the way towards the I-80 corridor, closing in on Sparta and moving towards Pike County. Still wet in some spots near Bedminster, Raritan, and Edison. Farther south, rain hitting the ground across Ocean County, and it could be wet too in Freehold, Monroe, moving towards Middletown. So the bigger picture showing a battle between dry air and moisture. There's high pressure just offshore, pushing in some dry air north and east of the city, but now rain getting closer to New Jersey with a larger batch of soaking rainfall stretching from the Great Lakes as far south as North Carolina. That's all ahead of this area of low pressure. This low, that will be our main weather maker this week, slowly getting closer, and that's why we'll see multiple rounds of rain. So let's time out our rain today. As we head throughout this morning, rain gets closer to the city, but notice there's going to be a sharp cutoff in the moisture for portions of the Hudson Valley, Connecticut, and especially Suffolk County. That's because you're going to run into some very dry air. So it could end up being dry in spots like Poughkeepsie and Montauk, with a chance for a few showers for the rest of the tri-state, especially south and west of the city. Rain turns more so widespread late this evening through tomorrow. So Wednesday could end up being the wettest day of the 7-day forecast, with periods of rain, even the chance for a few downpours mixing in that could lead to ponding on roads, slowing down your commute on Wednesday. Late Wednesday evening, scattered showers continue, and Thursday we'll see a lull in the activity. The bigger picture is showing this area of low pressure slowly moving on to the east Thursday. It moves offshore on Friday, and Friday will be in between two systems, but there's still going to be enough moisture for a shower or two across the area. Once we get into Thursday, lasting throughout this weekend, we're not expecting a lot of rainfall, just a chance for a few pop-up showers and storms, with temperatures getting back into the mid to upper 70s Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Rainfall totals today through Thursday on average could range between a half an inch to an inch. The heaviest rain will likely fall across New Jersey, spots like Toms River, Ocean County that really need the rainfall after those recent fires, with lighter totals farther north and east like Dutchess and Fairfield County. Temperatures today near 70. We'll see a few showers. East winds near 7 to 14 miles per hour. Tonight, 58 cloudy with widespread rainfall. And then tomorrow, a big difference in the forecast. We cool down to 64. It's going to be breezy too and pretty wet. But at least Thursday, not as much rain around, but still a shower or two across the region. 71. Back up to 75 on Friday and 77 Saturday and Sunday. Heather?
And Brittany, let's talk about this possible rail strike for May 16th. New Jersey Transit extra park and ride service will be available, but limited bus service for a limited number of rail customers. You can go to Secaucus Junction, PNC Arts Center, Woodbridge Center Mall, Hamilton Rail Station, and in addition to that, New Jersey Transit to MetLife. Specifically for May 15th and 16th, no New Jersey Transit bus or train service to MetLife. So you can use Coach USA bus service between Port Authority and MetLife Stadium, but advance purchase required for that 351 express bus. So you can go to the Coach bus website there. You can purchase your ticket online, $12.50 per traveler. And if you want to carpool or use a rideshare option, you'll have to encourage them to stick around because getting to and from could be very, very tricky. Street cleaning rules are in effect. Pedro, Charlene, over to you.
All right.